Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. Race of the Champions, the final leg of the Caribbean Motor Racing Championships, held last weekend at the South Dakota Circuit, was a great success. You'll hear more in this report. For the first time, a packed program of 27 races was introduced by the local organizers. Racing fans were thrilled by Team Mohammed's unstoppable Superbike trio and the 2016 Group 4 champion Christian Jeffries Mitsubishi Evo, and also the SR3 Radicals demonstration and the professional drift cars out of the Twin Islands, Trinidad and Tobago. Mohammed, who was also part of the racing action, winning 2 of the 3 races he competed in, stated that he was satisfied with the smooth runoff of all the events and announced that this is just the beginning of what is to come to the local motor racing calendar. During the 2-day meet, Minister of State Joseph Harmon and Minister of Social Cohesion with responsibility for the Department of Youth, Culture and Sport, Dr. George Norton, pledged their support to the GMR and SC. Team Mohammed won all their races and occupied the top 2 podium spots. Mohammed said their undefeated streak in the other CMRC legs this year will propel them to the championship honors in the Super Sport class. In football news, the Ghana Football Federation gets sponsorship from Camex Restaurants, Inc. through their Church's Chicken brand as plans intensify for the 3rd season of the Elite League. More in this report. This was in the form of a monetary donation presented by CRI's Director of Finance, Christine Bennett Blair, at the Camp and Middle Street location to Dion Innes, Executive Committee member of the Ghana Football Federation. In receiving the check, Innes expressed gratitude for the sponsorship, stating that Church's Chicken have been a very reliable and dependable investor over the years, and they are very pleased to have them on board again. He said the business community has spoken about an economic downturn, yet Church's saw it fit to invest with the GFF. Marketing consultant for Camex Restaurant Inc., Deslyn Griffith, said she was pleased to support football and the investment opportunity is one for the development of youth and the community. She said Camex Restaurants Inc., under the umbrella of our premier brand Church's Chicken, is pleased to be associated yet another year with the Elite League. We see both our franchise and the Elite League under the leadership of the GFF as being the leaders of the respective industries, hence our continued support. The Elite League is a tool that the GFF uses to further youth and community development. We see this as an opportunity to lend our support. The Elite League is the senior football league of the GFF and recently concluded its 2nd season and is now heading into the 3rd on Sunday. GDF won the first half of the 2nd season, while Fruita Conquerors Football Club is the winner of the 2nd half. And in cricket news, West Indies superstar Chris Gayle was overlooked in Sunday's Pakistan Super League draft, as brothers Dwayne and Darren Bravo both landed contracts for the 3rd edition of the tournament, slated for the 1st quarter of next year. The 38-year-old Jamaican, one of the most sought-after names on the international T20 circuit, was one of 308 overseas players up for grabs, but found no takers among the 6 franchises, in perhaps the biggest surprise of the auction. One franchise owner who requested to remain anonymous said that Gayle's partial availability for the PSL, coupled with his poor form in the last Indian Premier League, had made him an unattractive option. And finally, Olympic marathon winner Jemima Sumgong has been banned for 4 years after her claim that she was taking EPO for an ectopic pregnancy was rejected by Kenya's Sports Disputes Tribunal. You'll hear more by Kristen Macklingham.
Sumgong told a Kenyan law court she was given the banned substance in the hospital, but her paperwork was deemed to have been provided by an imposter and her claims labeled as not authentic. Sumgong was first suspended in April. EPO is used commonly to boost the production of red blood cells and encourage more oxygen flow in the body. The hearing brought to Kenya's Sports Disputes Tribunal by the country's anti-doping agency ADAC ruled that 32-year-old Sumgong owned up to her, quote, unfortunate offense and unintended mistake, end of quote. Sumgong did not disclose the EPO on her doping control form and did not present documents that would have been given to her when she was discharged, detailing her treatment leaving the hospital, to claim that the doctor who signed the paperwork she had provided, quote, could only be an imposter, end of quote. This argument was rejected by ADAC, who pointed out that athletes had access to the nearby Armed Forces Memorial Hospital, but that Sumgong opted against this. Kenya was last year deemed non-compliant by the World Anti-Doping Agency, but was reinstated before the Rio Olympics in 2016. Between 2011 and 2016, over 40 track and field athletes from the East African country failed doping tests. Reporting for HGP Sport, I am Kristen Macklingham.
Thank you, Kristen. And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Before we go, remember, adversity causes some men to break, others to break records. Goodbye.